Las Vegas is falling. That might sound dramatic, but the cracks are everywhere. The Vegas you think you know with blazing marquees, $2 steak dinners, and complimentary cocktails is fading fast. Instead, it has become colder, harsher, and more expensive than ever before. The city that once felt like a dream for millions around the world isn't the same anymore. The free perks, cheap thrills, and red carpets rolled out for everyone have disappeared. Instead, visitors face skyrocketing fees, overpriced drinks, and casinos that feel more punishing than welcoming. For many, the experience no longer feels like fun, it feels like a trap. So what went wrong? In today's video, we're counting down the dark truths of Las Vegas in 2025 and why so many visitors feel the city is no longer worth the gamble. Number 8. The resort fee scam. We start with the fee that everyone complains about. When these first appeared in the late 1990s, they were small, $10 here, $15 there. Hotels claimed it covered Wi-Fi, pool access, or maybe gym use. But today, resort fees have increased to a mandatory $40 to $55 a night, and you cannot refuse them. Imagine booking a room at $120 a night, which looks like a fair price. But when you check out, you discover the total is closer to $200. Tourists are furious. Travel sites, Yelp, and Reddit threads are filled with complaints. One traveler wrote, "I knew Vegas was expensive, but the room cost me $700 more than I expected. I felt robbed before I even gambled a dollar." Another said, "Why call it a resort fee when the pool was closed? What exactly did I pay for?" It is not just perception. Reports show that in some hotels, up to a third of room revenue now comes from fees, not the advertised nightly rate. The price you see online is bait. The real price is hidden in the fine print. Back in the 1990s, you could snag a room on the Strip for under $40. Even at major resorts, $59 weekday specials were common. Rooms were practically giveaways because casinos wanted you on the floor. Today, the room is no longer bait. It is the catch. The casino takes your money before you have rolled a single die. Some of the biggest offenders are the flagship properties. At MGM Resorts, the fee runs well over $50 per night. At Caesars, it is much the same. Multiply that by a week-long stay, and you are paying hundreds just for the privilege of existing in your room. Visitors describe the experience as hostile. Instead of arriving excited, they begin their trip already frustrated. But resort fees are only the beginning. The next dark truth hits you before you even walk inside the casino. Number 7. The ever-rising parking fees. Honestly, free parking was once a relief in Las Vegas. Casinos wanted you to visit, they wanted you to stay as long as possible, and that meant never charging you to park your car. That tradition lasted for decades, but in the last few years, it has changed a lot. MGM, Caesars, Wynn, Venetian, the biggest names on the Strip now charge anywhere from $18 to $50 a day for parking. Some even charge more during special events. At first, locals were the most outraged. Families who once drove down for a casual dinner or a walk along the Strip stopped coming. Why would they? Paying $20 to $40 just to leave your car in a garage makes no sense when you can dine anywhere else in town. Tourists notice next. Imagine arriving in Vegas, paying hundreds for a room, then being told it will cost another $40 a day to park your rental. It is not hospitality. It feels like punishment. The ripple effect is massive. Conventions that once packed the Strip now think twice. The extra costs add up quickly when you are moving hundreds or thousands of attendees. Some groups are already shifting to cheaper cities like Dallas, Orlando, or Phoenix. Older visitors remember the 80s and 90s, when casino garages were free and valet parking was a courtesy. It was part of the welcome. Today, parking feels like a toll booth, one more hand reaching into your wallet. Some hotels try to soften the blow by offering free parking if you spend money inside, but even that feels insulting. Spending $75 at dinner to waive your $30 garage fee is not generosity, it is manipulation. Moving on, the next dark truth is one every visitor eventually faces. Number 6. Food and drink sticker shock. Food in Las Vegas was never really about profit. It was about a shared experience, and the prices were very low, with a $4.99 steak dinner, a 99-cent shrimp cocktail. Food was cooked to make you feel good, while the casinos made their money on the gaming floor. Come today, that time is gone. The once famous buffets now charge $60 or even $70 a person. With added tax and the service fee, a family of 4 can easily spend $300 just to eat breakfast. And it does not stop there. A simple beer that costs $14 on the menu ends up closer to $18 once the hidden charges appear. Order a burger from room service, and the bill turns from $25 to $45 after delivery fees and surcharges. That is the reason tourists feel worried. Social media is full of posts from frustrated visitors. One viral TikTok video showed a couple ordering 2 cocktails and being handed a check for $55. The caption read, "I thought the slot machines were supposed to rob us, not the bar." Even when the food looks delicious, the bill often ruins the taste. At Caesar's Bacchanal Buffet, the displays of crab legs and sushi are impressive. But when the bill comes, many visitors say it feels more like robbery than indulgence. Reviews use words like mediocre, overhyped, and not worth the money. The nostalgia makes it worse. People remember the old Vegas promise, luxury at a bargain. Now it feels like the opposite. Overpriced meals that do not even feel special. Restaurants defend the cost by pointing to inflation, celebrity chefs, and supply chain challenges. But for average tourists, that explanation does not matter. When a breakfast buffet costs more than a week of groceries back home, the illusion of Vegas collapses. Next, Vegas reveals another profit trap, the rising costs of entertainment that leave many visitors shocked. Number 5. The entertainment ripoff. Vegas was once the entertainment capital of the world with legendary residencies and Cirque du Soleil shows. Then, comedy clubs were packed with household names. And the best part is that the tickets were affordable. Today, entertainment has become another profit trap. To book shows, events, and concerts, it costs around $120 on average per seat. Add in Ticketmaster fees, casino surcharges, and convenience charges, and you are suddenly at $200 or $250. For a couple, that is $500 for 2 hours of entertainment before drinks. This is painful. Casinos once used cheap tickets to fill theaters, making money on food and drinks inside. Now they price people out before they even enter the door. The result? Half-empty shows and frustrated fans. One tourist summed it up, "I saved up to see my favorite artist in Vegas, but after fees, I could not afford it. I skipped the show and stayed in my room." Another wrote, "How can Vegas call itself the entertainment capital if no one can afford the shows?" Performers feel it too. A half-empty theater has no energy. The sparkle fades when the audience cannot afford to be there. Even smaller comedy clubs and magic shows have raised prices to the point where tourists feel gouged. $90 for a seat in a comedy club that used to cost $25. $150 for a family-friendly show that used to be $60. Vegas was once about dazzling visitors. Now it is about draining them. Entertainment is no longer a gift. It is another trap. Next comes gambling, the core of Las Vegas, and a dark truth that will make you question whether the city still offers any real chance at winning. Number 4. Gambling isn't what it used to be. Everyone knows that Las Vegas was built on gambling. The neon lights, the shows, the buffets, all of it was built to support one thing: getting people to the tables and keeping them there. And honestly, for decades, gambling felt thrilling. You sat at a blackjack table with strangers, the dealer cracked jokes, and the drinks were free. Even when you lost, it felt like you were part of the game. It was social, it was fun, and it gave the illusion that maybe, just maybe, you had a chance. But walk through a casino floor today, and the feeling is different. The odds have shifted, and not in your favor. Table minimums that used to be $5 are now $25 or even $50 on weekends. And the slot machines? They are almost unrecognizable compared to the old days. Now it is all digital with quiet screens and flashy animations that drain your wallet one tap at a time. The payouts are lower, the machines are faster, and instead of excitement, players describe numbness. A man on a travel forum wrote, "I used to spend hours playing slots and having fun with friends. This trip, I was down $200 in less than 20 minutes. No coins, no sounds, no sense of playing, just watching my money vanish." Another added, "Vegas used to give you a shot at winning. Now it feels rigged from the start." That is the reason the city is earning millions in revenue. The statistics tell the same story. In 2022, Nevada casinos raked in over $14 billion in gambling revenue, a record high. Yet surveys show visitor satisfaction at record lows. That contradiction says it all. The casinos are taking more, giving less, and leaving their guests feeling cheated. What used to feel like play has become a transaction. Vegas has taken away the fun and left only the grind. Gambling no longer feels like the heart of Vegas. It feels like a machine designed to deprive you of your money as quickly as possible. Next comes a hidden change that longtime visitors notice immediately, a dark truth that takes away the little rewards that once made Vegas feel generous. Number 3. The death of comps. Ask any longtime Vegas visitor what they miss most, and the answer is almost always the same: comps. For years, comps were the secret handshake of Las Vegas. There were free rooms, free meals, free buffets, and free show tickets. Even small players felt valued, and the casinos wanted you to keep playing, and comps were the hook. The psychology was brilliant. Even if you lost a few $100s, you left with a story: the free steak dinner, the comped room, the surprise tickets to a show. That little gesture made you feel like the casino appreciated your presence, like you mattered. Today, that system has changed. Yes, you might still get a watered-down cocktail if you are actively gambling, but the days of generous rewards are finished. Every dollar you spend is tracked. Every bet is logged by algorithms. Unless you are a high roller dropping thousands, you are invisible. One Reddit user wrote, "I played for 8 hours, lost $400, and all I got was one drink ticket." Another said, "Vegas used to make me feel like a guest. Now I feel like a customer they do not care about." Now, for every $100 you bet, the casino expects you to win $6 to $10, depending upon the machine. The casino will return 30% of that as comps that you can use to lower your hotel bill or purchase other things. That means you have to pay for comps. Previously, it was all free, and this sudden shift has broken the emotional bond between players and the city. Why should a tourist return when the city no longer gives them anything in return? So with comps gone, that warm handshake and that feeling of being special are gone. Without comps, Vegas feels cold, and when a city built on illusions loses its warmth, all that is left is the bill. Next is a challenge that once kept Las Vegas thriving even in the slowest seasons, but today has become something that pushes people away. Number 2, the convention crunch. Thousands of professionals are flying in with hotels packed and restaurants full and shows sold out. The city invested billions in massive convention centers to keep business rolling in. The Las Vegas Convention Center, Mandalay Bay's convention space, and the Venetian's meeting halls all boomed with conferences, trade shows, and expos. For decades, it worked. But even the convention crunch's costs are simply too high. Anytime you go anywhere, you have to pay $20 to $30 to get in and get out of places. On top of that, the pandemic made the problem worse. Businesses discovered virtual conferences. They saved money, skipped travel, and still got the job done. Now, when faced with inflated Vegas costs, many ask, why bother? Organizers complain openly about hidden fees. One planner told a trade magazine, "By the time our attendees paid everything, Vegas cost them twice as much as expected." So, the attendance is shrinking, and the Consumer Electronics Show, once a symbol of Vegas' success, has reported lower numbers since the pandemic. Conventions are not just about money. They tell the world that Vegas is still relevant, still a global hub. If that disappears, the Strip loses one of its last lifelines. According to the Las Vegas Conventions and Visitors Authority, hotel occupancy dropped to 66.7% in early July 2025, and domestic arrivals also fell by 6.5%. Even the business world is not happy with these changes in Las Vegas. Yet the biggest dark truth is one most tourists never realize until it is too late. Number 1. Locals abandon the Strip. The locals, the people who live in Las Vegas year-round, have largely abandoned the Strip. Why? The same reasons you'd hate visiting: parking fees, long lines, overpriced food, and the sense that every step comes with a surcharge. For decades, locals loved the Strip. They went there for birthdays, anniversaries, and family outings. They showed it off to visiting friends. They enjoyed cheap meals and free entertainment. It was their city. But slowly, the costs pushed them out. Today, most locals avoid the Strip altogether. Instead, they spend time at off-Strip casinos like Red Rock or Green Valley, places that still offer free parking, cheaper food, and a friendlier atmosphere. This matters because locals are the soul of any city. When the people who live there no longer support the centerpiece, it means that the centerpiece has lost its identity. And when tourists realize locals do not even go there anymore, it raises a troubling question. What does it say about a city when its most famous street is treated like a tourist trap? That is not just an economic problem, it is a cultural one, and it is slowly eroding the reputation of Las Vegas. All these dark truths explain why Las Vegas feels less like the city of dreams and more like the city of fees. The neon still glows and the fountains still dance, but behind the lights is a city that has changed. For some people, such as high earners, winter visitors, and die-hard fans, Vegas still works. But for many families and value travelers, the trade-off has become too steep. So would you still take the gamble on Las Vegas, or cash out while you can? Share your thoughts in the comments, and do not forget to subscribe for more deep dives into America's best and worst places to live and travel.